Hey everybody, my name is Matthew, this is Walter, and we are Inside Fitness Presents Total Fitness Podcast. So we are taking over the Inside Fitness Radio podcasting job from Terry. He will be joining us for a few podcasts. However, we are taking over the role, releasing 2 high quality, hopefully good content per week. Hopefully it's stuff you guys like. We're going to have tons of great guests on in the coming weeks and months. So, Walter, why don't you tell us a little bit yourself and why we should listen to you?
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Walter Young. I am an old guy. So I'm representing one side of the coin as far as Inside Fitness goes. I am a competitive bodybuilder. I am a budding triathlete. I like to try new things. I like to rock climb, and I like to ballet, quick dance as well. So there's a lot of stuff I can bring to the table. I am vehemently anti-ageism, because I think that, you know, as we reach a certain age, we kind of go, I can't do that anymore. Oh, we can get out there, we can do stuff, we can be just as vital and alive as anybody else, and that's what I'm here to prove.
Yeah, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your background in fitness in terms of your professional career?
Okay, yeah, I guess I should talk about that.
That's a little important.
I am a longevity coach. That means I'm a personal trainer, personal coach. I am a nutritionist. I am a habit management coach. I've been working in the gym system for about 10 years now, although I was working out in gyms for a lot longer, obviously. But you know, throughout my life, I've done a lot of things, including dance and other forms of fitness. So I think that's really interesting because it's not just about lifting weights.
Yeah.
I come from a background of heavy drinking and drugging that I've managed to get past. And I think that's something I also can offer an insight to in terms of what's going on in the world right now when we have a secondary epidemic going on all the time.
Yeah, 100%. So my background is similar to Walter's in the sense I've been in the industry for about 10 years now. Once I was out of high school and uni, I went straight through to the personal training side of things and developed from there. So I am doing the personal training, online coaching. I am a nutritionist. And I used to be a competitive bodybuilder up until last year, unfortunately, COVID. So I can't really say I'm competitive in bodybuilding anymore because I have switched routes into more the boxing side of things. I do have a pretty big past with fitness from hockey, baseball, any sport you could imagine. Similar to Walter in the sense, I don't believe fitness is just lifting weights in a gym. I don't think you need to go to the gym to be fit. I do believe that fitness is an all-encompassing it's an all-encompassing word to include the physical, the mental, the mindset, the spiritual even, you know, so that is something that before we teamed up with Inside Fitness, Total Fitness Podcast was about that. We were very much the physical, the mental, the spiritual. Mindset was very important, and understanding why, again, as Walter mentioned, longevity is so important, and you know, why we do what we do and why we coach people the way we coach people. But let's get into it. I mean, we wanted to start off talking a little bit about ourselves, and hopefully we've done that. So the first topic we do want to cover with this podcast, it's almost the new year. It is December 10th, 2021, and it's almost January 1st, 2022. I feel like this month has gone by way too fast. I feel like this year has gone by way too fast. And this year, not to mention the last year, has been overlooked by the pandemic. And we're getting back into the gyms now. Who knows? Maybe some of your gyms are still closed. Maybe the gyms will be closed again because of the new Omicron. But I feel when I go to the gym nowadays, there is something lacking, and that is proper etiquette in the gym setting. And Walter, we have been training for a while together. We both know that even before COVID, etiquette was not even a thing. But now that COVID is a thing, and you know, the pandemic is a thing, I think we should talk about what is the proper etiquette.
Well, there's so many things that can be discussed. I mean, from, you know, re-rack the weights, put them back, just put them back. It's not so difficult. If you can lift them off the stack to put onto your machine or to put onto your bar, then you can probably lift them off your bar and put them back. You can take your dumbbells and put them back. All very simple stuff. You know, that to me is the main one, because when I worked in a big box gym, I would see these ladies, these female training people. Don't know what to call them anymore. That's etiquette. Who would have to take like 5 45-pounders off of a machine on each side to be able to put their weights back on. And that just is so unfair. If you're done, put it away.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, with etiquette in the gym, I just feel COVID has made it such a thing that because we've been inside for so long, that Mike Tyson said this the best, and it's like people will talk shit on the internet and think they can get away with it because there's a screen involved, and they think they can do that in real life too, without getting punched. That's basically what Mike Tyson has said about this. Yeah. And it's kind of true, because if you go, I've been to a gym since COVID where it's like, okay, I told you to take up, and you're like, why are you even talking to me right now? Like, no, I don't have to take the weights off. Like that, I've had that reaction before. I've had the reaction even of just people being completely oblivious to what is going on around them. If there is a deadlifting platform and I am deadlifting on that said platform, I've had people walk across it while I'm mid rep. Yeah. And I'm like, there's 4 plates on each side of this bar. If I drop this on your toe because you're trying to scoot around to get the 45 plate or the 10-pound plate that's behind me, or sorry, in front of me in the rack, you know, this could go really badly. Like the etiquette just seems to have completely absolved into just, I'm oblivious. These are my blinders. I'm going to stay. I'm the only person here. This is my gym. You guys don't have any say in what I get to do.
Well, I think to a certain extent that came of being in a situation where, at least in the gym that I was working in at the time, you had a 1-hour window to do all your work. And so you couldn't wait long enough to do that. That's a really small window where that could happen. Nowadays, when you're allowed to go in and you can spend a lot of time, I don't care if you have to go back to work. That's your problem. You can wait long enough to stay safe instead of. Also, I mean, is that any different from the guy who goes and throws the 200-pound dumbbells down on the ground?
I mean, that's it. I mean, for one, use your words. If you need something, you wait till I'm finished my set and you say, hey, can I borrow that 10-pound plate? Or are you using that 10-pound plate? Do you mind if I go get it? I mean, I think there's an error around more so the bigger people in the gym, or the guys who look a little bit more intimidating, or the women who look a little bit more intimidating, that you can't say anything to them because they're going to bite your head off. In reality, they're typically the nicest people there. I mean, in my experience, at least. But no, you're exactly right. I mean, what is the etiquette of lifting weights and making noise? And I think that varies from gym to gym. You have to know what your gym is like. If you're a small powerlifting gym where everybody knows each other, and you're walking in there and you're like, this is my gym now, I'm going to do what I want to do. I mean, you have to learn the etiquette. It's the same. And you get a contract at any big box gym. You get a contract at any small gym. And on that contract, there's typically proper etiquette. You will lose your membership if this happens. If you do this, we can ask you to re-rack your weights. If you don't do it, you might lose your membership. That needs to be posted the second you walk into the gym. That needs to be the front desk. That needs to be posted around the gym, in my opinion.
But they have to do it as well. Here's the problem. Every gym that I've ever worked in, except for the one that I now work in, because it's a private one, has dealt with, we must keep the membership up. We must keep the dollars coming. We must whatever, especially as your square footage goes higher and higher and your rent goes higher and higher in downtown Toronto. So they post those rules and they believe in those rules when they post them up on the wall. But nobody is going to say to that client, I'm sorry, you didn't re-rack your weights, leave. Because they're going to lose a potential, $130 a month ad infinitum. And they don't want to lose that. So it's great that they may have those, but they don't necessarily follow through with it. I mean, other than the lunk alarm at Planet Fitness,
which is another thing. I hate that.
Which is a whole other thing. But I mean, I don't know of any place else that has those kind of rules and actually sticks to them, where somebody comes up to you and says,
That's
they
true.
did when it was about mask wearing.
Which is, yeah, which is
Okay.
another thing.
It was government mandated.
Yeah.
That's different. It wasn't the gym deciding that you needed to keep your mask up above here instead of down here.
Well, because they could
Please.
lose the whole gym at that point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's another. I mean, if we're talking strictly about just etiquette before COVID, I still feel like, again, social media has made it such a way everybody's on their phone. I don't care if you're on your phone. You can take videos of yourself. You can listen to your music. You can text. Just don't be oblivious to what's going on around you. Don't, if you are filming a set, for example, you can't do it at 5:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night when there's 1,000 people in that gym. You can't, like, there's just certain things. And I mean, on TikTok, you're seeing this on social media so often where people are like, I was recording my set and some dude walked in the background to go grab a dumbbell. And it's like 6 p.m. and he was like trying to avoid the camera. And he's still pissed off at that person for walking behind the camera. And it ruined their shot and it distracted
Rent a studio.
Well, this is it. I mean,
you want that kind of professionalism, just rent a studio.
But that's what I'm saying.
Private gym where you can go in and you can be the only person.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, this is a public gym. You have to be realizing that you are not the only person there. You have to realize that there are certain rules and there's some unwritten etiquette rules that gym goers that have been in it as long as you and I have, and some of the listeners have been in, that know, like, okay, you re-rack the weight because you know that 75-year-old grandmother who is just in there for keeping her health up and, you know, trying to get a little bit stronger so she can pick her grandson up, she can't lift that 45-pound plate. The woman at the front desk, the 14, 15-year-old at the front desk, do you think she can lift? We've had that though. We've worked in gyms before where that's been an issue, where you have a teenager.
And she's told that she's the only one there and she's told she can't leave the desk.
Yeah.
To go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And then it's her job at the end of the night. And then it's the job at the end of the night to go pick up all the weights that are left. And it's ridiculous. I mean, and now we're getting into the stage of where you're at COVID, where I don't care what your gym, if your gym requires a mask, if it doesn't require a mask, you got to listen to them. I mean, they're going to lose their business if they require a mask, you don't wear it. And that's a whole other topic I don't want to get into. But when it comes down to just being like wiping down your machine, wiping down the dumbbells you use, that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, even beforehand, I mean, if you're dripping sweat, which we did like crazy, and what do? We put a towel down and then we wipe down our machine after, because our leg days used to be what, 3 hours long, 2.5 hours long.
We were a little crazy.
We were a little crazy. I mean, we talked a little bit too, but but we would be on I remember we'd be on a leg curl and we would be pouring sweat. We would be spitting everywhere because we're just trying to get that extra last rep in. I mean, that's disgusting. Who wants to put their face in the exact same spot as a pool of sweat and spit? Wipe it down. Don't be a dick. Just because it's now like, and I think that's what it comes down to. Like, I'm not happy with the way that things are in the state they are right now. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be that person that's like, you know what, you have to deal with that spit because I don't believe in wiping down my machine. Like, that's just dumb.
Well, you know, when in Rome, do as the Romans, right? If you go to another country and you break the law, you shouldn't say, well, I'm not from here, so I'm not, it's not applicable to me.
Smoking weed's legal in Canada.
Yeah, well, it's not legal where you are right now, so welcome to the jail.
Exactly.
You know? But we don't think that way. We think that everything, we're all given a pass. You know, it's so good. Everything's fine. I don't have to worry about that. That's not my problem.
You are the main character. You are the main character in your storyline. So of course you're going to think that you're never like
some storylines. The main character gets thrown into the Turkish jail for trying to take hashish into the country.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you have to deal with the consequences of what you do. And I'm sorry, like if you're going to a gym and you're just being a complete dick, excuse my language, but like you cannot get away with that. And I mean, walking around like you own the place, throwing dumbbells down just because you're like, you think you're the strongest guy there. I mean, sure, you can grunt. I drop weights sometimes if it's really heavy. You know, I control it down though. There's a difference between dropping and controlling the weight and making noise with it.
There's throwing it down.
throwing it from the top of a bench press set, just
Yeah.
when it could crush the person beside you foot, which I've
Yeah.
seen before. And like, that is just ridiculous. And thankfully, I mean, we're in the state where we can go up to somebody and say to them, hey, that is not okay. Please don't do that. Do it like, and we're not angry, but they always get angry.
Yeah.
But we're also in the state where we get to train people to learn how to do proper gym etiquette. We're lucky enough that our clients.
But I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, there was a I guess it was an Instagram post or something like that. Maybe TikTok, probably TikTok, because it had this 18-year-old ripped kid standing without a shirt on, and it showed a woman walk by and say, "You need to put your shirt on."
Oh, TikTok. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and there was a huge amount of backlash against the Karen who was telling him how he's supposed to live his life and do all these things.
Yeah.
But they didn't notice was she had a badge on that said she was a worker there.
Yeah.
It was her job to tell him that we don't allow you to go shirtless in this particular gym.
Not to mention, I mean, it's a little cringy to go shirtless in a public gym at 5:30 just to show off that you have a little bit of chest striation.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that's because you have no body fat. Zero.
You're 18. Of course, you're not going to have that much body fat. So, yeah, I mean, I completely agree. When it comes down to stuff like that, like, you have to know your gym. There's tons of gym. Like, Guy's sister Nino is a good example. Like, that thing that happened with him where, for those who don't know, he's a IFBB pro, well decorated, and he's been competing for a while. He was filming something for his sponsorship in the gym. He was doing a hack squat, and there was a guy's like 10 feet away from him, 6 feet, 10 feet away from him on the leg press machine. They were just having a good time chatting, and they were laughing away. And it just turned into this whole debacle of like, he got angry at them for not taking it seriously enough. He was like, you're distracting me. And then, you know, he went online and posted it, and people were agreeing with him. Some people were calling him out. And it's like, you're going to get both those people. Like, you're going to have the people that think they're in the right. They're going to have the people that think you're in the wrong. And when it comes down to it is, what does the gym say? Does the gym say that you can't chat and have a good time with a friend? Probably not. Does it say that you should be wary of your surroundings and not distract other people while they're lifting 6 plates aside? Probably. Does it say you can just leave your dumbbells on the floor for the teenager that's working the front desk to come by and pick up? Probably not. Is it okay to take your shirt off in this gym? Some gyms say, yeah, go for it. You know, some of these, more mom and pop style gyms.
Yeah. When I go to a gym that is not my home gym, if I'm traveling or whatever, I ask.
Exactly.
It's a simple thing. Do you allow stringers? Do you allow sleeveless t-shirts? What is the way that this gym works? And if they say you have to wear a full t-shirt the whole time, then I wear a full t-shirt the whole time. It's not that much of a distraction from my workout, really.
Yeah. I mean, I just want the good Instagram picture. That's where I wear mine. But yeah, I mean,
bathrooms are for.
Well, that's it. I mean, you get to the point where just use your words.
Yeah.
But people don't want to. And I think that's what it comes down to is proper etiquette in 2022. Going into 2022, especially if you are new and you're listening, do not be intimidated to ask, what is the etiquette here? Don't be afraid to say to somebody who's dropping weights and making tons of noise and almost dropping a 50-pound dumbbell on your foot to be like, hey, my foot's there. Do you mind not doing that? There's going to be backlash probably. Maybe there won't be, but maybe 99% of the time they're going to be like, I can do what I want. You just go to the front desk and you say something. I mean, a gym should be not for the hardcore. It shouldn't be, I'm the main character. It's meant for everybody. Everybody's paying the same membership fee.
No, if you are hardcore, there are hardcore gyms to go to. Find one, enjoy it. But don't think you're hardcore and go to a mom and pop gym or a big box and take up other people's space because you're hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with being hardcore. We've gone through those phases. However, I think you have to, you're right, be aware of where you are at all times.
Yeah.
But then I mean, people aren't aware when they're walking down the street, they're not aware of the fact that they're walking into a red light.
Yeah. I mean, it's as simple as that. We both went through that phase, but we also went to the gym when it was dead.
Yeah.
We knew we could do supersets and jump from machine. We could do trisets and jump from machine to machine because nobody was in there. There's like 5 people in the gym and they were in the yoga studio. Like we were lucky enough that we could make our schedule in the sense that we would go in and 10 a.m. or 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Nobody would be in the gym at that time. And we could go in and, you know, and we also knew that the gym didn't really care too much if we were grunting that loud. I mean, we weren't obnoxious, we were grunting, but it was also when nobody was there. So the only person hearing us was the front desk, who we had a good relationship with, the fitness manager, who we had a good relationship with, and the general manager. If something was obnoxious, I think once we had them say something to us where it was like, we ended up dropping weights by accident because we unload. Do you remember that time we unloaded the
that was
squat?
Horrible. No, I unloaded. You didn't unload.
I was putting a plate on and he was taking like 4 plates off, and something like, again, physics. So it crashed down and they're like, don't do that again. Sorry, didn't mean to. That's all it came down to.
I don't intend to do that again. That was really stupid on my part. But
like, that's what it came down to. It was literally just like, we're not going to get like, oh my God, I'm going to get angry at the general manager because I just dropped 4 plates on the floor and the barbell and I almost broke a mirror by accident. I'm like, I'm really sorry. That's not going to happen again. That was a complete accident. I totally understand that you guys are in charge here and I'll listen to your rule.
I feel like I have to explain the situation just a little bit more. So he wanted to do one more set. I thought we were done with the set. So I started unloading my side while he started adding weight to his side. And that's when this happened.
Yeah, that was fun. But
that insane.
That's all it is. I mean, you have to listen to, if you don't like the gym, if you don't like the rules, go to another gym. If you don't like their rules, create a space for yourself to work out in. Go make a home gym, buy some dumbbells, buy a bench, do your own
Absolutely.
thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to let somebody telling me that I can't take my shirt off in the gym. I'm not going to let somebody saying you have to wipe down your machine, because I just think that's good hygiene anyways. I was doing that well before COVID was a thing. I mean, it's just what it is.
Sure.
There you go, guys.
That's it. So this is us. I hope you really like what you've seen. If you don't, come back again because you'll like the next one better.
We're going to keep improving. That's all it is. We got better topics coming your way, guys. We got way better guests coming your way than just us two good-looking guys. But I got to plug us in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, if you do have any questions or comments, please either direct them at our Instagram. That's total.fitness.podcast on Instagram. You can direct them at the Inside Fitness Radio. You can drop questions in the YouTube comment section. We have a million ways to contact us. By all means, let us know.
If you're interested in having a topic that you want aired talked about, let us know what that may be. And if you think maybe you'd be a good guest, mention that to us and we'll talk to you about it.
There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time. Take care.